Hi, I'm Rachel Perlmutter with Apron Optional.
And I'm her editor, Julie Renee Tran.
And for the 4th of July, we're going to be making strawberry and raspberry jam with buttermilk blueberry scones.
Sounds delish, right? Alright,
Okay.
So we're going to be showing you how to do that, and so let's get started.
Okay, so first we need to add all-purpose flour and cake flour.
That's half a cup of cake flour, and this is 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and then you want to do the half cup of the all-purpose flour?
Sure.
We're going to need 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. And then to this, we're going to add 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then to this, we're adding 3.25 of salt. So 1 stick of butter equals to 4 ounces, and that's what the recipe calls for.
We're gonna just keep mixing this together and grinding it up until it's a really coarse texture, but basically until all of the flour feels mixed in. You want it to kind of feel like wet sand.
Yeah.
Actually, that's exactly how it feels. Now we're gonna stir the blueberries in.
We need half of this.
Yeah, or a cup.
And when you're mixing it, don't squish your blueberries. You kind of want to keep them intact.
Now we're actually gonna need another bowl for this next part. But
Okay.
it doesn't need to be that big.
You're going to need half a cup of low-fat buttermilk.
But we're gonna add that with an egg.
And then to this, we're adding half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You don't want to add too much vanilla extract because then it'd be overpowering, and you don't want that.
One of the tricks to making scones actually come out really well is that you need to, you don't want to overhandle the dough.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds weird because normally when you're baking, you want to make sure that absolutely everything's mixed together, but not this time. You just want to try to do it as little as possible.
We're tweaking it up by adding some lemon zest to the mixture, and it's going to be a nice kick to the blueberries because there's nothing like a little bit of zest with sweetness. Just kind of mix it a little bit. Okay, so this is good. And we have lined the baking sheet with some parchment paper.
Now, pat it down. It doesn't have to be a perfect square or anything, and it's actually kind of sticky, so you want it to be about 1 inch thick, and it's not an exact science, but the closer you get it to the right measurement, the more consistent the baking is going to be. You want to make 6 relatively even strips is what you want to do, because we're going to cut these in half, so then there's going to be 12, which is what the recipe claims that it makes.
So before you put your scones into the oven, you should have preheated the oven to 375.
Yeah, put them all on the baking sheet, evenly spread apart so that they can bake by themselves. One more thing we need to do before we put them in is the egg wash. All you do is you need to have a cracked egg, but you don't want to use the yolk. Brush it on. There's no exact amount. You just need to make sure that you get enough on because it's going to be what makes the sugar stick to the top. Pour some sugar in your hand, and then what you're going to do is pinch it, sprinkle it on.
Now we put it in the oven.
What I would recommend is setting your timer for 19 minutes or 20 minutes. Give yourself a 2 to 3 minute buffer, and then check them. And if they're not ready yet, then put them back in for the full time.
And they're not supposed to be too toasty looking. They should just be kind of a light brown color. This is real good.
Oh my gosh. You guys have to try these.